My top 12 audiobooks that if you listen to on repeat, your life has no choice but to change. Like, your life is what your thoughts make of it. And if you're constantly listening to certain thoughts from certain audiobooks over and over and over again, then your life's gonna start reflecting that.
Fruitarian, living lifestyle, learn about the benefits to start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fruit Living. Here on this channel, I like to talk about minimalism, raw food, and self-improvement. And today we've got an episode on self-improvement. One of the best ways to improve yourself is to change your thoughts. Really, your thoughts become things. Your thoughts become physical, tangible things. I had to think about this MacBook before I ever got the MacBook. I had to think about this camera before I ever got the camera. I had to think about making a YouTube channel and getting a lot of subscribers and getting views on my videos before I ever actually did. So a great way to change your thoughts is, yeah, you can read books. You can read books like this one, The Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Highly recommend anything by Esther and Jerry Hicks. You can also change your life by listening to audiobooks. So if you're not reading books, if you're not really into reading books, if you don't really have the attention span or the discipline to sit down and read a book, you can just listen to audiobooks. If you find yourself learning better through audio, through auditorial means rather than visual means like reading text, then audiobooks are a great way to go about doing that. Another great way of going about consuming awesome content and changing your thoughts is by watching special YouTube videos, specific YouTube videos that really resonate with you, and watching them over and 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 over again. Repeated stimulation, repeated stimuli, repeated positive content that elicits certain emotions in you that make you feel powerful and motivated and on point. That's what's going to change the deal for you. That's what's going to turn it all around for you. That's what made my life spin on a dime. That's what turned my life from day to night, or from night to day, I should say. That's what changed it all for me. It was changing my thoughts by repeatedly suggesting to myself awesome things, the things that I want. So I had to watch a lot of raw food videos over and over and over again before I ever became a true 100% raw foodist without ever going back to cook food. I had to watch a lot of videos about triathlon to get really inspired before I ever did my first triathlon. And I had to watch a lot of videos and listen to audiobooks and read books about people who are making a living without working a 9-to-5 before I ever started working without a 9-to-5. So in this video, let's get right into it. I'm going to give you like 10 or 12 of my favorite audiobooks. I'm not sure how many there are. I don't really care about the number. Let's just say top 12 audiobooks to help you encapsulate this a bit better. My top 12 audiobooks that if you listen to on repeat, your life has no choice but to change. Like, your life is what your thoughts make of it. And if you're constantly listening to certain thoughts from certain audiobooks over and over and over again, then your life's going to start reflecting that. So anyways, let's get right into this right here. Now, like I said, anything by Esther and Jerry Hicks is amazing. The Vortex is a good one. The Astonishing Power of Your Emotions is another one. So right off the bat, The Astonishing Power of Your Emotions. That is such a good one. It's your emotions that really dictate where your life's going. So pay attention to your emotions and you'll get like, it's like a compass reading of like where you're headed in life. If you're feeling really good, you're on a good path. If you're feeling really shitty, you're on a pretty shitty path. So change your thoughts, and then you'll notice when you change your thoughts, you change your feelings, and when you change your feelings, you're on a different path, and your life is just so much more enjoyable. So that's basically The Astonishing Power of Emotions in a nutshell. The next audiobook is The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And this is a keeper. This one is 20 minutes long, give or take. And I've probably listened to this one at least 100 times or more. So at least 100 times. And I remember listening to it over and over again while gardening. I remember listening to it over and over again while at the gym, and while I'm walking to the gym, and while I'm cleaning my house, while I'm minimizing all my things, while I'm throwing out all my belongings, I'm listening to this. And basically in it he says, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That's what success is. If you want to become a success, just constantly and progressively realize your dream, realize your worthy ideal. And he talks about how thoughts become things, and a man becomes what his thoughts make of him. So it's important to keep your thoughts on what you want. What you want, focus on that, and that's what you're going to get. And he just constantly reminds you of that for 20 minutes straight. And he gives a lot of examples, and like all the leaders in history have known this. And so they have focused their thoughts and concentrated on where they want to go in life, and they've accomplished that. They've become successful because of that. So The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, I've listened to that one easily over 100 times. It's only 20 minutes long. Get it, get it, get it. Next one is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. The Compound Effect is so awesome. He uses so many amazing analogies. I'm going to give you one of them right here. One of the analogies he uses is like, he talks about how making progress in life is like having a hose in a water pump or a well, having a pump in a well full of water. And if you want to get the water out of the well, you've got to pump, 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 pump. And like for the first like 20, 30 pumps, no water comes out. You got to keep pumping, 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 pumping really hard. Once the water starts coming out, it's so easy to then pump and pump and pump, and the water just keeps gushing out, right? That's progress. That's momentum. Talks about momentum a lot. Big Mo, he calls them. Big Mo, momentum. So it's really easy to get the water to come out once it's already coming out. So it's really easy to stay a success once you're a success. You know, it's a lot easier for Jay-Z and Beyonce to remain Jay-Z and Beyonce in the limelight, in the Hall of Fame, and keep releasing amazing tracks and records and albums, because they're already there. It's easier for them to stay there than it was for them to get there. Now, he also talks about how as soon as you let go of the pump, though, like as soon as you just stop pumping, then it's very hard to maintain that success. So you've got to continuously be pumping, and don't let off on the gas. Just keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping. Keep working at your craft. Keep working at your craft. Never give up. Utilize momentum for sure. Next one is how to win friends and influence people, and that one is amazing, man. That one just teaches you basically to like how to get along with people, how not to have like arguments with people, and how to get your message across to whoever you want to get your message across to. Basically how to get things done without drama. Getting things done without drama. That is such a good one, man. How to win friends, influence people. If more people in the world read that, man, there'd be so many less fights, there'd be so many less arguments, and just people would be a lot happier because their relationships would be so much better. So How to Win Friends and Influence People, highly recommend that one. That one, again, I've listened to like maybe 4 or 5 times. It's a really long one, but it's so beneficial, man. You listen to that, and I guarantee your relationship with your parents, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, it's not going to be the same anymore. Your relationships will change when you read or listen to How to Win Friends and Influence People. Next one is Psycho-Cybernetics, and this one's all about changing your self-image. Basically, your self-image is the way you see yourself. So do you see yourself as someone who's fat? And then if you do, if you go and try and lose weight, even if you're eating the healthiest diet in the world, you're going to find a way somehow to self-sabotage and remain fat, because that's the way you see yourself. Or if you see yourself as someone who's really skinny and you try and put on some weight and try and gain weight, you're going to find a way of self-sabotaging, or going to find a way of not gaining the weight, because you still see yourself as the skinny person. So basically, in the book Psycho-Cybernetics, he talks about how your self-image is really the ceiling, sets the ceiling to the limit of how much success you can achieve. So if your self-image is set here, you're only gonna, let's say when it comes to financial wealth or prosperity, and you see yourself as someone who makes $50,000 a year, it's gonna be like almost impossible for you to make more than $50,000 a year, because you see yourself as the $50,000 a year guy. And he gives a great example in there. He says this one salesman saw himself as a salesman who sold $5,000 worth of product each month. Every month, no matter what, he'd sell $5,000 worth of product. And 1 month, he got super sick for like 3 weeks, but in the last week he managed to sell $50,000 or $5,000 worth of product in that last week, because he saw himself as that type of guy who made $5,000 a week. But in another sales month, he was already at like $4,500 in the first week, but then the next 3 weeks he didn't sell anything. He just like self-sabotaged like all the meetings, and he got sick, and he just didn't make it happen because he saw himself as the $5,000 a month kind of guy. So you've got to change your self-image if you want to earn more money, if you want to run faster or swim faster or bike faster or make more money on YouTube, or make more ebook sales, or even just like lose some weight. You know, you've got to see yourself as a different kind of person. So right now I'm trying to gain weight. I need to see myself as a bigger person in order to gain that weight. Because if I keep seeing myself as a skinny person, my appetite's going to go down. I'm going to find a way of not eating enough calories, and I'm just not going to even like really want to gain the weight. But as soon as I see myself as the bigger person, I'm going to be more likely to go to the gym and lift heavy and eat more, and all that sort of stuff that goes along with gaining weight. There's so many more good ones on this list, man. I'll give you 2 right here that go hand in hand. If you're going to listen to one of these, be sure to listen to the other one, because they complement each other so beautifully. And those 2 are the power of habit and the willpower instinct. Those go hand in hand. They're so good. The power of habit and the willpower instinct. The power of habit basically says if you can turn anything into a habit, you don't need to use willpower. Like it's a habit. You know, like I said with the momentum. Once you get that pump going, the water is gushing out. It doesn't require any more effort. It's just really easy to keep that water flowing out. You get the momentum. So that's the power of habit. And to initiate that, you just do something once. And then if you can do it once, do it again. And if you do it again, just do it the 3rd time. And if you do it like 5 or 6 times, you're like 100 times more likely to succeed at that habit than if you only do it 0 times, if you don't even attempt it once. So the reason most people never get on YouTube is because they upload how many videos? 0. They upload 0 videos. The other reason people don't stay on YouTube long enough is because how many videos do they ever upload total? 1 or 2 tops. So you've got to upload a few, a handful, 6 or 7, and then really get the momentum happening. Those people are successful for sure. Elijah Flowers is a great example of that. Go check out Elijah Flowers' YouTube channel. He's the guy who's got Big Mo on his side. He's got momentum on his side. He just started cranking out the videos and he didn't stop. He surrounded himself with the right kind of people. He started to see himself as a YouTuber. Started hanging around Kate and May and just getting it done, uploading really high quality content weekly, man. Go check him out. So he's got the power of habit on his side. Whereas before people get into the power of habit, they're using a lot of willpower. So the willpower instinct talks about how you can maximize your willpower strength. Talks about how you can weaken it as well. So it gives you warning signs about like what weakens your willpower. So things to avoid. So those two, like I said, go hand in hand. If you don't want to keep using your willpower, because it's a muscle, you can strengthen it, but you can also weaken it, and it drains you for sure. It's an energy drain. So if you don't want to use your willpower, get into utilizing the power of habit. Absolutely, that's such a good one. I would say a really good book on polyamory would be Sex at Dawn. Sex at Dawn basically breaks it down. It shows you how we are naturally polyamorous, and we're designed to be with, we're designed to have the capacity to love many people at once. You know, we're not monogamous creatures by design, just like we're not designed to eat meat, we're designed to eat fruit. Same with polyamory. We're not designed to be monogamous, we're designed to be polyamorous. So Sex at Dawn, such a good book, man. It just breaks it down so sick. But it doesn't really like tell you that we're polyamorous in the book. It just basically shows you that we are. Like, it's just a freaking amazing book on polyamory. Definitely check it out. Another one would be The Happiness Advantage. And The Happiness Advantage, it goes hand in hand with Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks talks a lot about, like, there's nothing more important than that you feel good. Like, feeling good is like the most important thing in life, really. The purpose of life is joy, she says. And, you know, if you're not experiencing joy, then you're not really fulfilling your life purpose. And The Happiness Advantage basically talks about how if you're happy, you have such an advantage in this life. You make more sales, you can be more productive, you can sleep better, you can be healthier, right? But you've got to be healthy first. And being happy doesn't come from making more money. Being happy doesn't come from getting more sleep. Being happy doesn't come from anything except self-cultivation. So cultivating the happiness from within. He does give some tips and tricks on what can boost your mood, like doing good deeds for people. But at the same time, you're only going to go do a good deed for someone if you're feeling like doing a good deed for someone. So you've got to get yourself in that feeling state first. So The Happiness Advantage by Sean Achor, such a good one, man. Definitely check it out. That's honestly the second audiobook I've ever listened to. And when I listened to that one, I listened to like 2 or 3 times because I was like, there can't be a better audiobook than this. Like, this one is just so good. But it gives a lot of really good examples about how you can like reverse aging by just feeling way more happy. So such a good one. The first audiobook I ever listened to, period, was The Alchemist. And I was listening to The Alchemist while I was landscaping at a job. Got a job landscaping someone's backyard. It's like many hours, maybe like 40 hours in someone's backyard. They might as well throw on an audiobook. Will Smith recommended it, and like anything Will Smith recommends, I would definitely do, especially when it comes to just reading a book. So I'm thinking like, if it's good enough for Will Smith, it's definitely good enough for me. So I listened to The Alchemist and it was so good, man. It was so good. But the thing about audiobooks is that you listen to them once, not enough. It's not enough to listen to any of these audiobooks once. If you think it's a pretty good audiobook, listen to it again. It's not worth saying this audiobook's pretty good, but I'm gonna try something else. No. If it's pretty good, dig it in. Go again. You don't have time to like just keep jumping around to all these different audiobooks, because then you start getting in the habit of that. You start to get in the habit of like finishing an audiobook, moving on to the next one, finishing an audiobook, moving on to the next one. So instead, it's like, take like a few of these books I'm giving you here and just listen to them on a repeat over and over again if you like them. So The Alchemist, I think I've only listened to once or twice. It's definitely one I would love to re-listen to and revisit. A lot of good ideas in that book. Another one that I like a lot is Talent is Overrated. And this book I really liked when I was really into sports and really into athletics, because it basically says that someone isn't really just born way talented. Sure, someone can be born a little bit more talented, absolutely, but it's most likely because they like it a lot more or they have reason to get good at it. So like when we first off come out of the womb, the only like differentiating thing of talent we have is maybe like our height or body weight or something. But other than that, it's all about the mind. You know, it's all about the mind. So if you like a sport or if you like a certain activity, you're probably going to be much more talented at it than someone who absolutely hates it. Because if you like it, you're going to be willing to focus on those details. You're going to be willing to really be aware of what's lacking and what to improve, and you're going to be more aware of how to improve, really. You're going to be much more aware of how to improve. If you like something, you're going to want to get better at it. If you don't like something, you're not going to really care about getting better at it. So Talent is Overrated is a really good book, just saying how like if you put in those 10,000 hours, you're going to be amazing at something, but you're only going to put in those 10,000 hours if you absolutely love it. But he talks about how just like the brain is so malleable, and if you just train something over and over and over again with deliberate practice, then you're going to get good at it. So instead of just making up random videos, it's good to make a YouTube video and then watch it over and learn what I liked, learn what I didn't like, and watch other people's YouTube videos and see what I like about theirs, and try and emulate that. Like earlier today, I watched a girl's videos on YouTube. She had really good lighting in the video. And just like 5 minutes ago, I was going to make a video over there in the dark. As I'm holding the camera looking, I was like, that doesn't look like that girl's video, you know? So I'm already got the image of that girl's video, and I was like, I want that same type of quality that she had. So now here I am in front of the light, in front of the window, I should say, with my computer as my light. So just little things like that help improve things. So I'm not more talented than you when it comes to making YouTube videos. I just practice getting better each video little by little by little. It's hard to tell for sure, and that's one of the things Darren Hardy talks about, the compound effect. When you start making progress, when you start really succeeding, it's hard to tell, because it's like watching a blade of grass grow. If you stare at a blade of grass, you're not going to see it grow. But you've got to be stupid to think the grass isn't growing. The grass is definitely growing. So you just got to have faith. And you've got to just stop staring at something and just notice it like month by month by month, instead of like day by day by day. If I were to check my YouTube analytics day by day by day, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm not really improving that much. Like in fact, I'm like declining sometimes. And that would really get me down. So instead, I look at it from like a 6-month perspective. Holy shit, look where I was 6 months ago. Look where I was 6 months before that. And I can guarantee you, 6 months from now, my channel right now, when you're watching, is gonna have like 10,000 more subscribers for sure. Just in 6 months, or more. Maybe 20,000, 30,000. Because that's how progress works. That's how progress works. Another fantastic one. This one's so good, guys. If you want like a good, like, nice long one, the one that you can like go on a long car ride with, Mind Shift by Steve Chandler. Mind Shift by Steve Chandler. This guy is so good, man. I love his concepts. I love his concepts. I don't agree with all his concepts, and there's a good chance I don't agree with any of these audiobooks 100%, but it could just be because I'm at a stage of my life where I'm not aware of the things they're aware of yet. Maybe when I'm 30 years older, I'll agree 100% with Steve Chandler or something, but Mind Shift is such a good audiobook for the most part. 98% of that book I agree with, so definitely check it out. I don't really know much more to say about that, because he covers everything. That is like, it's like the title it says, Mind Shift. It's not just like a little upgrade, it's like an entire mind shift. It's a paradigm shift. I'll give you one more on here, and then I'll talk about a couple YouTube videos. One more in here, my favorite, this is my favorite, I'll give you two more on this list. My favorite, I like that lighting actually, we'll keep that lighting, that was a bit better. My favorite business book, it would be Insanely Simple by Ken Siegel. Insanely Simple. And Ken Siegel was like I think like a marketing director or something for Apple for many years. And he just talks about how Apple ran things so simply, especially Steve Jobs. He just like, if things were complicated at all, they wiped it. They wiped it. And you can see to this day their products are so simple. Their products are, I don't have an iPhone on me, but it's just the most simplest phone. And so it's so inspiring listening to how they simplified absolutely everything. It's definitely, I listened to that book so much when I was minimizing my life. I still remember like packing my backpack and unpacking my backpack to see like how heavy or light it could be if I just threw up certain items before I was traveling to Bali. And I would just listen to this book on like simplifying everything, and I was about to like throw something in my backpack and think like, how is that simple? Like, no, I'll just leave it. And if I need to buy it again, I'll go buy it at the store, but I'm not adding that to my life. It's just too complicated. So listening to that book while minimizing is so good. So it's called Insanely Simple by Ken Siegel. Definitely a good book if you want to start your own business as well. Talks a lot about managing for sure. And then another fun one. This one is like, this not another fun one. All those ones I told you are pretty like, you know, pretty like forward. But one you can listen to like before you go to sleep, or if you want to just go for a nice nature walk or something, or if you're again a long car drive, absolutely. It's called A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. And I just love the narrator on this one, man. The narrator is so good. Bill Bryson is an amazing author, and his narrator is amazing. And A Short History of Nearly Everything talks about like life on planet Earth and in the universe as well, in the galaxies and on other planets. It's one of those books that when you listen to it, you're definitely smarter. You just become smarter. You just become so much more aware of like 100 different things that you had no idea about. And it just makes you realize how little you really know. Like if you didn't know about those 100 things, there's a good chance you don't know about a billion things. And these billion things could be like really, 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 really fascinating things that may not have a whole lot to do with anything in your life. You know, you might find out like the temperature of Pluto or something, or the speed at which stars travel when you see a shooting star, like things like that. But this book is really about boggling your mind blowing yourself over and over and over again. It's like, I just love being mind blown. I love the feeling, I love the emotion of fascination, and this audiobook really delivers that to me. It just provides me, or elicits that feeling within me of fascination. A couple YouTube videos that I recommend watching, or one that changed it all, one that turned it all around for me. This book, or this video on YouTube, I will give all the credit for. If I hadn't watched this video, I probably wouldn't have ever found out about law of attraction, or probably wouldn't have found out about raw food or anything. This was before it all. I don't know how I stumbled across it. I somehow stumbled across it on YouTube, and that is called Thoughts Become Things by Mike Dooley, I think his name is. Thoughts Become Things. I think it's like a 10-minute video or like a 20-minute video on YouTube. It's so good, guys. He just talks about how like he had all these visions for his life, and then he packed it away in a box, and then like next thing you know, he's like living these visions. Then he comes back home and he takes the box out and he's like, oh my god, like all these things actually happened. Like they were once fantasies and now they're actually reality. So from that moment on, I started researching law of attraction. I ended up making my own mind movie instead of a vision board. I made a mind movie. And my life's never been the same. Everything I had in that mind movie, I either now have or I no longer want. How amazing is that? Everything in the mind movie, I either have or I no longer want. That's amazing, guys. So definitely make a mind movie if you haven't made one already. And then the second YouTube video I recommend watching would be, it's a live seminar by Bob Proctor, and I've converted it to MP3, and I've definitely listened to this one easily over 100 times, and it is The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich. And when I'm listening to that audiobook, man, I can recite certain phrases, certain sentences verbatim. I know exactly what he's going to say, when he's going to say it, the tone at which he's going to say it. I know when the glitch is about to come in and cut him off unnecessarily. Like, I just know everything about that track. I think it's like it's 4 parts. I'm just not sure why I cut it into 4 parts. I could have put them all together, but it's nice having 4 parts. And like, yeah, that's an audio track I've been listening to for the past like 6-7 years, man. Definitely 6-7 years. So that's it, guys. I just gave you like a lot of really cool content to consume. You can either download those books on Kindle, those audiobooks I told you about, you can read them, or you can just straight up listen to the audiobook, or you might even be able to find them on YouTube and just and listen to them on YouTube. There's usually like 2 different versions of an audiobook. There's like the official version that you find on like Audible, and there's like a rip-off version on YouTube. So like if you were to go listen to the audiobook version of like the Audible version of Esther and Jerry Hicks, you might be listening to Esther speak the audiobook, or Jerry. But if you go to the YouTube version, you could hear someone like myself speaking the book, reading the book. So you can get that for free. But the Audible version is usually higher quality. Anyways, guys, if you guys want a full list of audiobooks, you can head over to fruitliving.com/audiobooks, and you'll see the list there in order of most importance, in order of most life-changing. So you can work your way down through that list. If you're not subscribed already, definitely be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out from Hilo, Hawaii.
Ted is my rehab counselor and my sports icon. I met Ted in 2013 at the Woodstock Fruit Festival.
Yeah, right here.
And I know he was at the one in 2014.
That's it.
And I missed 2015 because he was in Thailand. But
that's right. This guy knows my life story.
Yeah. Now he's back in 2016, so...
Yeah, what a good year, man!
When I came to this lifestyle the first time, you know, I was into, I saw Dan McDonald and John Cole in this lifestyle, and followed Harley and everything like that. And I got a chance to meet Ted, and Ted has been very helpful, answering messages, helping me get over addictions, just making really great, resourceful YouTube videos that help me identify with very unique feelings. There might not be a study in medical literature saying that cooked food is like crack.
Totally.
Or there might not be a study in medical literature saying that the tropical fruits are the healthiest compared to apples or whatever. But when you can identify with so many people and you start a movement where people can identify with similar feelings, it really helps you and gives you confidence. Come to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, read 80-10-10.
Yeah.
Check out Ted's ebook on recipes. I saw that mango date basil on the zoodles.
Yeah, bro, that's the bomb.
I haven't tried it yet.
That's the classic recipe right there.
When the dates come in season, yeah, well the mangoes still are.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
a timing thing.
And the zucchinis are in season 2 then.
I don't want any zucchinis in season. They're all year round, right?
Yeah, but you can get like local in-season zucchinis when the mangoes start getting exported. Or imported, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, they start in the summer to fall,
That's
right?
it.